Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our 2:30 streaming show. I'm Jamie French.
And I'm Robinson Miles. We start today with new information. Alcoa employees in Warwick County have rejected the contract proposal from United Steelworkers. Alcoa has agreed to go back to the bargaining table to try to resolve union workers' concerns and reach a fair agreement.
Yeah, we spoke with the president of USW Local 104 in Newburgh. He says his members are fighting for more money, vacation time, shift premiums, and better retirement. The union and Alcoa have agreed to a 30-day extension to try and resolve the issues. They do plan to discuss that contract again in June. Now, our Bryce West spoke to the union president. He's going to have more on this dispute tonight on 14 News.
Well, right now, Henderson police are investigating a situation involving a student and staff member at the high school. The school district released this statement to parents saying that the incident itself is connected to misconduct allegations. 14 News has heard from several viewers, and the person they've all named is not yet facing any charges.
Well, police say that the allegations were reported by school officials, and they are being cooperative with that investigation. So that's something we have reached out on to get some more information. So, of course, we'll keep you updated when we do learn more.
Now, for our final headline here today, plans have been announced to bring a Raising Cane's to Evansville. Now, the project was filed on Wednesday. According to those documents, the Raising Cane's would open at 7221 East Indiana Street. Now, this is where Roppongi Japanese Steak and Sushi is currently located on the east side.
Yeah, right now it's not known if Roppongi will permanently close or just move locations. That's something we are still working to figure out. It's also not known when the Cane's would open. But what you were seeing in this video was when the Owensboro Cane's opened, which was a huge celebration with a massive crowd. So I'm ready for an announcement date of when the Evansville one's going to open, and I'll be first in line.
Oh, yeah, we had a lot of excited people here in the newsroom, and this was even just whispers and rumors, so you know that's
I
the
live
vibe.
for some Cane's, guys. That's my thing.
Well, looking forward, it seems like we might get an early taste of summer here pretty soon, so let's go ahead and hand things over to someone who knows a lot more about that than we do. But, of course, circle back for 14 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10.
All right, do not go anywhere. Meteorologist Michael Fecca will have your latest forecast right after the break.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices.
Good afternoon, it's meteorologist Michael Fecca. Welcome back to the afternoon weather update. We're on to the weather portion now. We're going to take a look at our headlines to kick things off. We're tracking out plentiful sunshine and very comfortable temperatures. It's beautiful out there this afternoon. So if you have any outdoor plans, I would suggest you go through with them or make them if you don't have any. It's going to be a great day to do some of that yard work. Just eat outside, bust out the grill. I know it's a Thursday, but you can still go out there and enjoy yourselves. But we are tracking out a few showers, maybe even a few thunderstorms headed into Friday and Saturday. I do think it's going to be fairly scattered though, so we're not concerned with anything widespread or any sort of washout by any means. There's still going to be plenty of dry time here through the end of the work week and into the first half of the weekend. Then I think the biggest story here is going to be that big warm up. We're expecting summer-like temperatures headed our way to round out the weekend for Sunday and even into the start of next week, but it does look like it'll be followed up by some more chances for some showers and thunderstorms. So getting a little bit more unsettled headed into next week. So I'll break down all those details in a moment. But let's get started here with a look at our satellite and radar. We've got this area of low pressure still just sitting and spinning over the New England area, is bringing rain and thunderstorms across portions of northern New England, even down the I-95 corridor since yesterday. And we've been stuck in between these two areas of low pressure, and right in between, we've got that area of high pressure. That's been keeping us dry and sunny. So yesterday and today have been absolutely gorgeous, and we'll have no issues headed through the rest of this afternoon or into tonight. Temperatures are currently sitting mostly into the mid to upper 60s, 66 degrees in Evansville, Owensboro, and Huntingburg, 68 down towards Madisonville. That seems to be the warm spot on the map, and with plenty of sunshine, we may tack on another couple of degrees here over the next few hours. We'll top out right into the lower 70s or right around 70 degrees across the tri-state, and then we'll cool back down into the 40s overnight tonight, along with mostly clear skies becoming partly cloudy overnight and into tomorrow. But again, no issues expected until we get into Friday. That's when we'll have the chance for at least some scattered shower or even a few rumbles of thunder, mainly through Friday morning north of the Ohio River, but we'll even hold on to an isolated chance for a pop-up shower headed through Friday afternoon. So I'll take you through the details of that in a moment. And in terms of our severe weather risk Friday or Saturday, it is very low. We're not too concerned here with severe weather. Most of us are just outlooks for your general thunderstorms. We may get some gustier winds or even some small hail across portions of southern Illinois with any thunderstorms that develop, but again, that's not expected to be a widespread issue. The bigger threat for some severe weather will be across areas like Kansas City up into Omaha, Nebraska, and that's going to be extended into areas of Iowa there, where they're sitting at that level 2 out of 5 risk for severe storms. And then translating this into Saturday, we'll have a warm front gradually lifting to our north. So right along that warm front is where we could pick up maybe an isolated severe thunderstorm. We do have that level 1 risk for at least the northern half of the tri-state. Again, that would mainly just be for some gusty winds or maybe even some small hail. So not too concerned with that outlook there either, but here's a look at the timing of everything. So dry here through the rest of this afternoon and into tonight. A few clouds will begin to stream in through tomorrow morning, and then we'll have this decaying batch of showers and storms dropping in from the north. It doesn't really make it much far into the tri-state. Again, areas north of the Ohio River are going to have the best chance for any sort of rain showers, and this model wants to keep us dry for the most part through the afternoon, although I can't completely rule out a stray sprinkle or an isolated pop-up shower. I think the better chances again will arrive overnight Friday into early Saturday morning with scattered showers and storms possible there, and then similar to Friday, mostly in the morning hours, but as we head into the afternoon, not expecting much. So a lot of us may even just stay dry throughout the entirety of the weekend. So again, the bigger story here is going to be the temperatures. We'll only be in the 70s this afternoon, maybe even in the upper 60s, but then we'll climb up to around 80 for tomorrow, through the mid 80s on Saturday, and then eventually all the way up to around 90 or even slightly above headed into Sunday. And that's going to be coming along with mostly sunny skies. So it is going to be hot, sunny, and humid. We'll have winds coming up from the south, so that is going to increase those dew points as well. So it is going to be a full-on taste of summer here headed into Sunday. And it looks like we'll even hold on to those higher temperatures through Monday, topping out at around 90 once again. And then we'll have a cold front sliding through here Tuesday and into Wednesday. That'll bring in some more scattered showers and even a few thunderstorms. But along with that, we'll start to cool back down through the 80s by the middle and end of next week. Our average high sits around 77 degrees. So we'll be well above that here through the next couple of days. But along with those temperatures, again, we've got that chance for some showers and storms. Here's the longer range European model. We're looking at Monday afternoon here, that warm front well to our north. Again, you'll see those wind barbs coming up from the south. Warm and humid air along with some sunshine may lend itself to a few daytime pop-up showers and storms. Nothing really too organized there Monday afternoon. A lot of us may even stay dry. It's not until we get into Tuesday, as that front marches just a little bit closer, that we may see some better chances of some scattered showers and thunderstorms, and that would even linger Wednesday into Thursday, possibly even into Friday, especially across portions of western Kentucky, before we actually dry out headed into next weekend. So a little bit of an unsettled weather pattern taking shape for next week, but again, it's not going to be a washout on any day next week by any means. So, but over the course of the next week, we may pick up a good amount of rainfall. Hopefully, we'll see anywhere between a half an inch up to an inch and a half in some spots. I think that amount will likely be a little bit more isolated, but at least a half an inch to an inch would be a good bet across the tri-state, and that would help us out in terms of the drought. It wouldn't necessarily make it better, but it would definitely help prevent it from getting worse. And here's the updated drought monitor that came in from this morning. Not a whole lot of change from what we were looking at yesterday. They've kind of expanded this abnormally dry area to encompass the majority of the tri-state now, and portions of western Kentucky still sitting at that moderate to even extreme levels of drought, especially through Hopkins, Muhlenberg, and Ohio County. That seems to be where the worst of that is setting up. But looking at our statistics so far for the month of May, I haven't seen any precipitation over the last couple of days, so we still sit at around 0.83 inches of rainfall for the month, and that puts us at around 1 3/4 inches below where we should be. And precipitation for the year, looking at just shy of 7 inches below average. So very, very dry so far this year. That has been a theme over the last couple of months. But our temperatures for the month of May, surprisingly, even though we're looking at a huge summer-like warm-up headed our way this weekend, they are actually running below average. We started off the month of May on the cooler side, so we're running around 5 degrees below where we should be. But we'll definitely see the tables turn here headed into the weekend. That's where we'll climb up into the 90s, 91 by Sunday, 90 on Monday, and then as those showers and storms work their way in, along with that cold front, we'll gradually cool back down through the 80s. So hopefully you know a friend or somebody with a pool open on Sunday, because that would be a great day to kind of cool off in that water. But I know most pools don't really even open until Memorial Day weekend. So hopefully you've got a way to stay cool, maybe a sprinkler and a hose, take it back to the old days there. But that's all I've got here for the forecast. So I'm going to hop off the live stream, and I'll send you guys over to 14 News at 4, 5, and 6 for all the latest news and weather headlines. And then I'll be right back here again on streaming at 9 o'clock for our weather stream show, and then back on air at 10 o'clock later tonight. So until then, everybody, stay safe and have a great rest of your day.